Hi, I'm Adam Meyersick. A number of years ago, I learned about the three ways of viewing classroom learning, and it changed my life and the trajectory of the students that we were working with. I'll share about that in a minute. But first, I want to tell you about the Neurodiverse and Inclusive Learning Environments program from Legacy Education Group. This five-module program looks at effective learning environments for all learners, universal best practices for supporting communication and interaction in the classroom, learning and cognition strategies and systems to put in place, social emotional strengthening in the classroom, and finally, executive functioning skills for students with neurodiverse needs. I'm so excited about this program, and would you join me on November the 1st, where I'll be launching it and explaining a little bit more about it. But let's get back to the three ways of viewing classroom learning. There's three ways that Christopher Watkins, a University of London researcher, said that we can view classroom learning. The first is that the teacher is the fount of all knowledge, right? If you are in schools today, maybe you teach reading, writing, math, or maybe you teach beginner skills, you'll know this as direct instruction. And you know that direct instruction or teacher-led learning is incredibly important. But this is essentially hand over hand learning, hand over hand guidance. Now, it doesn't mean we're physically touching somebody. It just means that we are teaching them exactly what to do, showing them exactly what that skill should look like, and then asking them to repeat that skill. That is the first way of viewing classroom learning. It is teacher led. The second way of viewing classroom learning is that we teach for independence. Now, if you are an effective teacher, when you see your students learning independently, are you happy? Yeah, of course. Who wouldn't be, right? These kids are making sense of what you've been teaching them, or they're accessing the systems and procedures that you've put in place in your school or classroom, and they're learning effectively, right? They're doing it on their own. They are independently going to be successful in school and hopefully beyond. But that's not where we stop when we talk about the highest form of learning. The highest form of learning that Chris Watkins and former psychologists who invented scaffolding or at least explained scaffolding in the zone of proximal development, Vygotsky, said that the highest form of learning is co-constructive learning. Now, what does that mean? I didn't really understand it when I first heard it, but I call it learning together. I like to call it learning together because that really provides that mental image of what we're trying to do for our students and for everyone that we work with. We want them to develop the social skills to be able to learn together. We want them to be able to develop the resiliency, to be able to maintain healthy and strong relationships. We want them to come up with meaningful learning products, meaningful learning solutions for all sorts of difficult challenges that they face in school and beyond. And I have a personal story about this and why it meant so much, why it means so much. A number of years ago, when I was completing my initial school leadership certification, I posed a question to the teachers of a school that serves students with learning disabilities, behavioral challenges, you name it, the entire array of neurodiverse needs and neurodiverse gifts were in that school. Now, it was very stressful. We faced a lot of challenges. It was very difficult maintaining attention, very difficult with behavior, very difficult with staff turnover and staff health. But I posed the question, do you think it's possible for every single student in this school to move from that direct instruction or that teacher-led learning to independence and all the way over to learning together? And to my pleasant surprise, every single staff member in this school said yes. We believe that they can get there. From that point on, we had a moral obligation to help them get there because our beliefs, if we really believe them, we must fight for that. And so, as a result, over the next year, we established learning together activities all throughout the school. We gave students more power and more say in the curriculum that they were learning, in the daily routines and activities and lessons. And it really formed a powerful foundation for the strength of this school. So I was so excited to hear that and so excited to see that. And so I want to encourage you, get in touch with me. We'll talk about learning together and how to move students through that process, and really how to move staff through their belief systems and believing that teachers and students alike can all learn together to achieve meaningful things in life and beyond. Thank you. This is Adam Meyersick from Legacy Education.